the newest member of the Brad and Squee Show, our Anna Azcona. Anna, you with us? Hello!
Hi, hello,
welcome.
good morning.
Good morning, Anna, welcome. We need a little applause here. Welcome, Anna. How are you? I'm glad the people in the booth got the applause. We're supposed to, there we go. Everybody welcome Anna. How are you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so Anna, I just got a quick introduction to you. Anna is an entertainment journalist from La Musica, is that correct? And she has now come on to the Brad and Squee Show as our field reporter, direct from warm, hot Miami. And she's the newest member of our social media guru team. We don't have there she is, and a beautiful woman as well. And she's originally migrated from, you have not migrated, you were born in the United States, but your family migrated from the Dominican Republic, right? And you are the youngest and the first person in your family to be born in the United States of America. As a matter of fact, I think Jill told me your mom came. What is that? We're doing construction in the background?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'm in the office.
It's fine. It's fine. This is the Brad and Squee Show. Sometimes people just come running across stuff. The other day, Kim was doing it from her kitchen, and I made her open up her refrigerator. So, you know, anything goes here. So, and I understand that your mom, Jill told me, your mom came with you to America when she was pregnant, correct? Is that correct? All right. So why don't you tell your story quickly, because you have a pretty interesting, cool story, immigrant story.
Well, my mother migrated to the United States when she was pregnant of me, and she didn't know she was pregnant until she arrived to the United States.
Right.
And
there she is. Is that mom?
Like months later.
That's mom. There.
Yeah, that's mom and dad. Mm-hmm. That's mom and dad.
Right.
So she found out months later. Then she gave birth of me. 3 years later, she was able to fly back to Dominican Republic, and that's where I met my siblings and my father.
So you didn't meet your father till how old were you when you met your father?
Till I was like 3.
4? Yeah,
like 3 years old.
And by the way, that happens. I mean, I can tell you how many times children haven't met their family for years and years and years. I mean, and you're very lucky that it was only 3-4 years. Well, I mean, we've heard stories 20, 30 years. I mean, it's terrible to be separated at all. And then eventually, what happened? Your mom got her green card?
Yeah, my mom got her green card, and she was able to fly back to the Dominican Republic,
right,
and bring my siblings over. Then my father ended up getting a visa, and he came months later.
All right. And now everybody's legal and citizens, right?
Now everyone's a citizen except my father. My father's still a resident.
Why doesn't he become a citizen?
But,
have you talked to him that there's a president of the United States that doesn't like him?
You want to know why?
Why?
This is a bad excuse.
Bad excuse.
His English is not strong enough. So he doesn't feel
confident enough. How old is he? How old is he?
My father is going to be 61 this month.
And how long has he had a green card? 20 years?
I believe for like 10 years.
Oh, only 10 years.
My father, he was illegal in the States for a while.
All right, yeah, so at 15 years, once he's had a green card for 15 years, over the age of 55, he doesn't have to take the English test. So go figure out.
Over the age of 55.
Over the age of 55. And you see, you're learning something already on the Brad and Squee Show.
Yeah, I learned something new.
Over the age, that's why I was asking how long he's had a green card. Over the age of 55, and if he's had a green, now you're thinking, you're like, maybe he's had it for more than 15 years. Over the age of 55, and 15 years green card, he can go in and habla español.
Okay, good to know.
All right, so go check that out.
I'm going to actually give him a call today.
Yeah. All right, maybe
we'll give him a call today and let him know.
Yes. Maybe we'll do his citizenship and we'll bring him on as a success selfie, a success story at the end. So any event, Anna's here to read off all of our social media questions. Please leave your questions right now. This is now, before we do that, Anna, I understand I understand that we have a video, about a 3-minute video. Is that correct, that you've done? Oh, wow, we don't plan on playing it. I watched it. Maybe we'll play it another day. But I understand you have this great video on YouTube about the history of your family's life here. But we'll play that another day. But right now, we have immigration questions and our rapid fire round. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Let's give it a try.
Okay, so I have a question here from Natalie Edwards. Good morning, guys. I filed for my stepkids in November of last year. I received an acceptance letter that my case will be sent to Nebraska field. My question is, whenever I go to USCIS website to check the case, the receipt number is coming in error. Why is that?
Well, if you already got a notice that it was transferred, then that's really all that matters. Don't worry about what's going on. The computer system sucks with immigration, so you can't really follow it along. You got a receipt notice. It was transferred. The reason why it was transferred is just because they were probably backlogged in one immigration service, so they transferred it to a different office to allow, they kind of transfer work around from office to office to kind of even it out. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you are ultimately concerned, go down to your local immigration office, make an InfoPass appointment, go down with your case number, and they can check it in the computer there. But it sounds like everything's okay.
Another question from Nadia Lewis Wallace. We applied to remove the condition of his 2-year green card. Can we file for his kids, or should we wait?
Okay, so removing the conditions of his permanent residence, you don't have to wait to. He's a permanent resident of the United States. If the kids were under 18 when you got married, the U.S. citizen's going to file for the kids. You don't have to wait to remove the conditions of the permanent residence. Go ahead. So in other words, yes, go file for the kids.
All right. Alicia Lawrence. My son's green card has expired. Could he refile to get back one?
Your son's green card expired? As long as he's been living in the United States as a permanent resident, you've never actually lost your permanent residence. Your green card expired. Just go renew it. It's an I-90. If he's in another country, you sent your son home and it expired, he's been living in another country for 10 years, then maybe he lost his permanent residence. But as long as he's physically in the United States and he never left, just because the green card expired, who cares? Just file a new I-90.
Okay. Cecile Lee, what is the I-130 adjudication?
The I-130 adjudication, that's you file an I-130 to establish that you're in a relationship with somebody. And when they adjudicate it, they say, yes, you're in a relationship with this person. Whether it's your spouse, whether it's a child, whether it's a parent, that's what an I-130 adjudication is. They actually make a decision on the I-130.
Okay. Sharika James, I got an NTA because I did not take the conditions off my green card. My husband and I are still together. What should I do?
You're in deportation. You need to hire a lawyer. You never removed the conditions of your permanent residence, so you fell asleep at the wheel. Now they want to deport you. Go get a lawyer. Your lawyer goes into court with you. You file a late application to remove the conditions of your permanent residence, and then hopefully the judge will terminate your deportation and you'll prove it's a real marriage and get your green card. Stop falling asleep and get a lawyer. That's what you should do.
John and Brian. Brad, if a citizen gets medical assistance for their child, does it have any effect when they are about to file for their spouse? I don't think it does, but I just wanted to know.
Medical assistance. Well, if you're getting any sort of government assistance because of your financial situation, so it's Medicaid or anything like that, for you personally, it can have an effect on a case for filing for another relative, because the government's going to say, hey, you can't support yourself. How are you going to support this next person? Fact is, it sounds like you're getting Medicaid for a child. The child's not sponsoring anybody. So I think that should be okay.
All right, Joanne Brown. I submit applications for my sister. I'm confused. This is my second pink letter from immigration regarding my affidavit of support, saying the sponsor doesn't reach the income requirements. However, the joint sponsor is self-employed, don't have a dependent, makes over $30,000 annually, all 1099 3 years tax return, bank statements, etc. were submitted. What could it be?
Okay, So this Anna, welcome to Rapid Fire Questions, Brad and Squeeze, where we have to put that question into our Facebook to English translator. Okay? So basically what she's saying is she filed an adjustment application for her sister. Her sister's been waiting a long time for a green card. She doesn't earn enough money, so she got a joint sponsor. And the joint sponsor is an independent contractor. So he has his own business. He files his own tax returns. And she's getting a pink letter back. The pink letter means is that you don't qualify, or we need more documentation. Generally, when you're an independent contractor, the immigration service is going to look at your adjusted gross income. That means your income after all your expenses are taken. Not the top line, the bottom line. So if you earn $30,000 as an independent contractor, many times you end up taking deductions. You have expenses. Maybe he's a taxi driver, gas, fixing the car, whatever it is, depreciation. And then you end up showing, even though on an income of $30,000, you end up showing that maybe you only earned $10,000 after all your expenses. So then that's not going to be enough. That's my guess of what's happening. So they need to make an appointment, and we need, before you screw this up for your sister royally, because they're not going to give you another pink slip. They're just going to deny you at this point. So before you do that, have a consultation with us, and let's look through everything and make sure that what you're doing is correct.
Theodon Walcott. Hi, Brad. I have submitted an addition affidavit of support that they request after I submit my original document almost 2 weeks. I still have not gotten notice for it. Should I call them?
You only submitted it 2 weeks ago. Wait 90 days before you do anything. And by the way, calling them is you're just calling an outside contractor. Nobody's doing anything for you when you call them.
Debbie asks, if you overstay your visa and was sent home and returned back to the U.S., have a kid and leave, can a daughter sponsor you?
If you were sent home, you got deported. And then before you got deported, you had a child here. Well, it depends why you were deported. We need more information on that one. She should have a consultation. Anyway, anybody who ever got deported in their entire life should have a consultation with us.
Lee Murphy, I want to travel to Jamaica. Should I use my disposition? Should I use my disposition in my case if my case was dismissed?
You should not use it. As long as your case was dismissed, you're okay. As long as it wasn't drugs, you don't have to show it. But if they ask you, then you can present it.
Smith Cat, I'm a citizen
Snit
and
Cat?
I'm married to my.
That's the name?
Smith Cat.
Oh,
yeah.
Smith. I thought you said Snit Cat. I'm like, what kind of name is that? Smith Cat. Got it. Okay.
Smith Cat.
Yeah.
I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm married to my spouse who has a CD1 visa. How long to get green card with provisional waiver and all?
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, the spouse came as a crew member or as somebody who was joining a boat. So you come to the United States on a sea visa to join a boat or something, like work on a cruise ship or whatever it may be. You have to do a provisional waiver because you can't adjust. It takes about 18 months start to finish, but you need a good lawyer.
All right, and
That's
was
it.
The last question.
Fantastic!
Yeah, that's it so far.
Good job! Good job, first time out, Anna. All right, so Anna's going to be joining us a whole bunch of times, and then also, So Anna's going to be joining us a whole bunch of times during the week. We're also sending her out in the field to go interview some people down in Miami who may have some interesting stories about immigration or their immigration experiences. Anna, great job. Welcome aboard. We love you, and we're going to see you back later today.